Welcome over, guys. Uh, as you guys have been expecting, we are going to finally start talking about our current development of our expansion Shadowlands. You have watched or actually read our devlog that we posted, and you are probably asking yourself a couple of questions, especially how far are we to release the expansion and what's going on exactly within the expansion. So, as you guys can see right now, we have a couple of things to talk about, but first I'm going to present some of my guests. Uh, our QA team manager, Astagan. How are you, Astagan?
Hey, hey Tark, I'm good and you?
Everything okay? Thank you for coming over and talking.
Well, thank
Uh,
you for the invitation.
yeah, and Scatter, one of our oldest QAs, and that has been working with us and helping us fixing our bugs on the expansions since Warlords of Draenor, right, Scatter?
Yes, thank you very much.
Yep, it's been fun, hasn't it, Scatter?
Obviously, yes.
All right, so yeah, so once again, right now you guys are watching exactly what's on the screen, and on the screen is exactly what we have available right now on our PTR and what the QAs right now are testing. Some of this content is already properly scripted and fully functional, some isn't and is currently being tested both by the QAs and getting fixes and hot fixes by the developers as we go. As you guys can see, the quest lines implemented, introduction for the Shadowland zone implemented, everything working on that side. For the quest lines itself, Scatter, what's the situation with them? How the progress is with them? Is everything working? What's not working? Can you tell us?
Well, let's start from what is working on the quest lines. Everything from the Maw up to Revendreth level 60 is working, aside from some side quests, which to be working and fixed later on.
Right. So that's great news, I guess, because we are getting close to the release. Let's say it. Astagan, as a QA team manager, have you found difficult to manage the team and manage the team in order to actually getting all this content properly tested and getting the people that you needed to work on the content that has been put available by the developers?
Well, as for any new change and any new expansion, there's always new challenges for every one of us to overcome. But this time we had the chance to keep some QAs that were here for a long time. For example, Scatter, that is here with us today, that with his experience helped us a lot. So I think on our side there was no major issue on running different kind of tests, because adaptation is always the goal of our team, and we hope that the work that was done will please all of you. And
Yep, indeed.
other than that, there was no special difficulty. The team is always doing its job, so
Yep.
nothing
And
to no
about
special
about, about the expansion itself, what do you thought about the current expansion that we have? The difference between BFA to Shadow One development. Has it been easier? Has it been harder? What do you think?
think compared to BFA, Shadowlands is a bit different, because at the start of BFA, as most of you can remember, was quite smooth, with less content released at start and many novelties coming through the different patches. With Shadowlands, it's a bit different, because you will get a lot of content available directly at the start, which is why we had to test and implement a lot of tools, a lot of new content directly at the start. So that's a bit a change of Shadowlands, I would say.
Exactly, exactly. As you guys can see, and from the image that is displayed, we have the quest lines then working. Torghast, we have the 4 wings, actually 3 wings. The 4th wing is the special wing, the introductional wing. Then we have the dungeons. The dungeons are also scripted and implemented. About the dungeons, Scatter, what's the current situation with them? Everything is working, or what's going on?
Yes, even Mythic Plus is being right now being worked on. Maze has a small issue with the maze part, and Spires don't have bosses working yet. But other than that, all of the dungeons are working as they should.
Yep. Alright, so for the classes, and mostly PvP classes, conduits, legendaries, scaling, like this is actually, well, not exactly well related to classes, but also to MISC or to expansion features. But like overall, especially the scaling, from what I saw, and this is from my personal experience when I was leveling and testing the zones, everything was working. Like you could level up from level 0 to 10 in the new zone, Exiles Reach, and that was fully functional from what I saw. I don't know if there's any issues there, by the way, Scatter, or if everything has been patched and scripted up.
Aside from minor issues like visuals, there should be no problems at all.
So yeah, like from my own experience, as I said, like it's perfectly doable to get to level 48, which is the introduction quest for Shadowlands. So everyone will be available to actually get there easily if you are starting over on Firestorm, and if you don't have a character already max level, which is going to be level 50, of course, and then you insta get the quest to go to Shadowlands introduction zone. Other than that, as for the soulbinds, as for the covenant and the covenant's abilities and the actual covenant itself, are they working properly, Scatter?
About the abilities, they being worked on heavily right now. The sanctuaries themselves are not working yet, and the soulbinds are also being worked on, as well as conduits.
All right. So yeah, okay. So still in development. Let's put it like that. So yeah, it's expected. It's some things are still a bit behind on the schedule, but it's expected to be up for release when the date is announced. At least that's our main goal right now. It's getting everything ready, getting the open beta available, and then announce the official release. For the official release, we have also the raid. The raid right now is under heavy testing. We have our testers, our guild testers, are currently doing run-ups on it. We expect also to have at least the normal heroic and raid finder available for testing on the PTR, on the beta. But for the mythic part, it's still not available, and it won't be available that soon. But as you guys know, like from our current launches on the raids, once we release the mythic, it's going to be fully released, and people that actually want to achieve goals on the race for the mythic achievement will be able to do so. Alright, so guys, as you guys saw and heard, right now this is what we have to show you. Most of the content that we have available is indeed scripted and has been tested or is being tested on PTR, and soon we are going to start inviting our community, you guys, into the PTR. That invitation will be done in waves, which means the first wave is coming up within the next couple of weeks, and then we'll see how the realm behaves, if there's issues, and the feedback from that first wave, and then we'll invite further waves. We don't know yet how we are going to, or who we are going to invite exactly. Probably it's going to be the same way that we did on BFA and Vision as well. We did it the same way, which is we are going to choose randomly from the active accounts. If you get selected, you get an email saying that you are selected, and you have a code to put to have access to the realm. So that's probably how it's going to be. and then once you have access to the realm, you'll be able to test all this content that is available and give us some feedback and just run around, enjoy the content, test it for yourself or with your friends if they are selected as well. And that's pretty much for the beta. For the launch, we don't have a date, of course, yet, but one thing that you guys keep asking is, are my characters that I'm using right now on BFA going to be available on Shadowlands? And the answer is yes, they will. We are going to copy the database from our BFA realm into the Shadowlands realm at launch. So it means that everything you have on BFA is going to be present on Shadowlands, and you'll be able to follow the path with your characters and level up through the Shadowlands quest lines and zones with your characters that you are using on BFA. Also, to complement that, we are going to give everyone a free character customization token. As you guys will see on the next video that is coming up shortly, the characters and the customization for the characters has changed since BFA, and therefore we are going to give a free token so you guys can edit your characters the way you want and then progress from there. So yeah, that's all for now, guys, and thank you all for watching, and I see you guys then on the next video. See you.